If you're working on your hand balancing, then crow or frog stand can be a really good place to start. So we start to learn to use our hands like feet. Just make sure that your wrists, shoulders and hips are really warm before going into this balance. What I could use to help is a yoga block. So if you struggle to get in position, I'll show you a couple of tricks that you can use with a block to help the balance feel a little bit more accessible. To go into crow, I'm going to sit into a comfortable sort of squat position. You can lift the heels. I'm going to bring the hands out in front and roughly hands are shoulder width. You can try with index fingers pointing forwards, so just notice, try not to have them pointing in. Forwards or slightly out is fine. I'm going to grip the ground, so actually use the top pads of my fingers to really grip into the floor. It's going to help with my balance as well. Once I've set the hands, from here we just want to lift the hips and find the triceps with the knees. And for some of us that might be lower down on top of the elbows. If we've got a little bit more hip compression, hip flexibility, I might be able to get them a bit higher. So find a position where you can get your knees onto the backs of the triceps, and then once you're there, all we're going to do is tip the weight into the fingertips. You'll notice elbows are stacked on top of wrists, and it might just be that you stay here for a bit and get used to feeling comfortable and confident in this position. Shoulders are really active, so I want to think about the shoulder blades wrapping around the ribs, so really push hard into the floor. Now it might feel okay to lift one foot, the other foot, or even both. And if you're able to find that balance, we're trying to pull the feet up towards the bum. Hips are then stacked nice and high. And that's our crow. To use a block, because sometimes when we're learning this, we get more scared about smashing our face into the floor, so a block can come in handy just to kind of make a bit of a tripod base. So I'm going to use the top end of the block there, set my hands up shoulder width, collect the legs, and now my forehead can find the block. So I've got that tripod position, can pull the feet up. It's now my intention to try and lift my head off the block. So just nice and softly, lift the forehead up, bring it down again. So I'm trying not to push too much weight of my head into it, but essentially that can just be a nice little tool to use if you are a bit scared of landing on your face. Besides that, you could just make a bed of cushions and try it that way. A second way that I can use the block is under my feet to help me get my hips higher in that starting position. So just make sure it feels nice and solid and stable. Hands set, again, shoulder width, feet are on top of the block, and now my hips are higher automatically just by raising the feet up. It's still going to depend on your hip flexibility, so keep working on that if that's an issue. Hands are down, hips are high, find the arms and tip into the fingers. Still pressing the floor away. So I might just keep my feet on that block to start with, slowly start to lift them off, or even just tap on and off, but don't kick. You want to feel like they naturally just want to slightly pull up and find that balance for your crow. So it's a great place to start for your hand balancing. That, guys, is our crow pose or frog stand. So give that one a go. Let us know how you get on with it. Pop a comment below. And while you're there, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel.